What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. So I just saw a comment. Was it last night, or maybe like middle of the night, early in the morning? I'm not sure, but I was like scrolling through the new comments. Partially getting annoyed by some, and then being super happy about most. And then I saw somebody say, "Oh, YoungBoy dropped a new song," so I had to go look it up right away. Looks like this is YoungBoy and ILOVEMAKONNEN. Makonnen. I don't know who this person is, and I don't know if I'm saying their name correctly. So feel free to correct me down below. I would appreciate that. This song is called Parasites. So let's check this out. The other new song I checked out, the one that came out the other day, I just dropped it. To be honest, like, aside from YoungBoy, I didn't really enjoy it a whole bunch, but you know what? Like, it is what it is. I don't know if that's a newer artist or what, like if she's newer to rap. I just think that there's some improvements that are possible there. Let's just say it that way. Yeah, here we go. I don't know what to expect because I don't know who this other person is, but there's only one way to find out. Okay. I'm assuming this person is ILOVEMAKONNEN.
Too many cups that I don't know. Too many blunts that I won't smoke. Too many faces that's on froze.
Okay, maybe not. So I thought maybe this girl was ILOVEMAKONNEN, but no, I think it must be this guy. Because it sounds like a guy's voice. I don't know. I'm completely lost on who's who, but let's bring it back.
That I won't smoke. Too many faces that's on froze. Cause it's too many red cups in my party. And I don't even know nobody. Like, when the fuck did they get here? And when the fuck are they leaving?
Facts. You ever had a party that was like, that got a little bit bigger than you expected, whether you were hosting it or you and your friends were hosting it, and then you're kind of like, all right, I'm kind of done with this. I feel like a lot of us can probably relate to this situation right now. And if you can't relate to it, you might be the person that we are waiting on to leave. Just saying.
Are they leaving? There's too many red cups in my party. And I don't even know nobody. Like, when the fuck did they get here? And when the fuck are they leaving? Oh, yeah, when you're leaving, do you need a reason? This evening, all your lies deceiving, and I can't take it. You just fake it. Ain't enough pills I can take for my pain to leave. You be fucking over me, and it's hard for the same why.
Man, so interesting sound from ILOVEMAKONNEN. Like, I don't know who this person is. I'm just gonna go with that pronunciation. I'm sure it's wrong, but it's okay. I will get corrected. Man, interesting sound. Like, I don't know. It's my first time hearing him. There's parts I like about it. There's parts I'm unsure about. But what I really wanted to pause there for is, like, man, is YB okay? Like, he seems super out of it, man. And, like, I feel like he's been talking about doing drugs a lot more. And then a bunch of you were commenting in the last video, maybe even the previous one, but definitely the last video, talking about like his drug abuse and how he might be using more again. Maybe not as much as he was once at his peak, because then he kind of came off of it. But I don't know, man. To be honest, I'm like a little worried about him, because the way he sounds, like, he still sounds good, but he sounds like he's a little out of it. And then even in the look, I don't know if he's playing it up, if he's acting it up for the purpose of the video, but he looks kind of out of it. I don't know, man. I hope he's okay.
Ain't enough pills I can take for my pain to leave. You be fucking over me, and it's hard for the same why. You be on that lame shit, and I don't need that type of bitch. And I ain't put my hands on that. I hate your brother with these too many cups.
Okay, man. Even with all that I just said, he's still YoungBoy. So just look at what he's saying here. Ain't enough pills I can take for my pain to leave. Like, that's deep, man. And I don't know if that's kind of like alluding to what's maybe going on with him right now. And then he says, you've been effing me over, or you've been effing over me. But like, I think it means the same thing. And it's hard for me to see why. He's like, it's almost like, you know, when you're like, I feel like I don't deserve this. Like, I treat you well, or I do what I'm supposed to do, and then you're treating me like this. And then he says, you be on that lame, I don't need that type of B. But I ain't putting my hands on you. I hit your brother with this switch. Oh man. So, you know, there's a line. There's still like some values and morals there, in the sense that like, okay, well, you're a woman, I'm not going to do anything to you. But your brother, because y'all are related, your brother, he's getting it. Oh man, that caught me off guard.
Bitch, and I ain't put my hands on you. I hate your brother with these too many cups that I don't know. And I see all these bad bitches on all these hoes. Too many faces, that's on for us. That's on for us. Cause it's 20 red cups in my party.
See, this part, I think this guy, ILOVEMAKONNEN, sounds awesome. Like, on the chorus, he sounds amazing. Just at the start of the verse, I wasn't super sure I liked that sound.
And I don't even know nobody. Like, when the fuck did they get here? And when the fuck are they leaving? There's 20 red cups in my party. And I don't even know nobody. Like, when the fuck did they get here? And when the fuck are they leaving? Fuck the enemy big plan. Come. The innovator, the creator, the pioneer, the reason we all here. Slick.
Man, and I'm so... Oops, I started the next thing. Man, I'm like so torn about it too, because the thing is that I thought that sounded really good. Like, the chorus was awesome. YoungBoy did his thing. Like, I have very few songs where I was like, I didn't like what YoungBoy did. And there was like some on the new project, as you guys know, I wasn't a huge fan of. And then there's some of his like songs that are just pure violence and pure like street life stuff, which I'm also not a huge fan of. That's more about the messaging than it is about the sound of the song necessarily. This song sounded great. I think YoungBoy did his thing. My first exposure to ILOVEMAKONNEN, I think he was awesome on the chorus. I didn't like exactly what he did on the verse, but that's okay. But man, like, the reason I'm torn is just like the vibe and the feel that I'm getting from it. And then seeing YB, like, I don't know. You just kind of hope that people are doing okay. And I know some people might not take it that seriously and be like, oh, like, he's just having a good time. But like, the truth is, man, like, the older I get, I understand what these type of things lead to. I've been down paths like this where to mask the pain or to not feel the pain, you take stuff, and just the feeling of nothingness and emptiness and the inability to think about the things that are causing you pain feels the same as not having that pain, but it's still there. And so I understand that aspect of it, but to be honest, man, like, if anybody else is listening to this and you're going through a hard time, you're going through pain, I promise you this is not the best way to deal with it. And I hate to like take this reaction in that direction, but I just feel like it's my responsibility, man. Like, when I started a channel, or just like the way I live my life, I feel like I have to stand for the things I believe in. Otherwise, what's the point of doing anything? So regardless of what I listen to, regardless of the type of lyrics that like get the shock value and like, oh my God, he said what? He's going to hit the brother with the switch. Like, we can all appreciate that as art, but when it comes to real life, we just want to make sure that we're behaving in a way that, like, if I felt like someone was going to show my life resume to somebody, that I would be proud of what that person's going to see, or I would be proud if my parents saw like what I'm up to, like, I'm probably not describing it super well, but just like living your life in a positive way. And then if we are dealing with pain, because this is a normal thing that we go through in life, just knowing that there's more positive outlets out there to deal with it. Like I replaced my drug and alcohol abuse with, and it was a very short period in my life, but the pain that I was going through felt so intense that I felt like it was the only answer. It was like drug abuse at one point in my life, and then a different thing that happened that caused me a lot of pain. It was more the drinking, but I replaced that with working out, and it's become my life. Like I work out every day almost. Like, well, now that I'm older, I work out 5 days a week. I work at a gym. It's become my career, and I feel like it was the therapy that I needed, right? So replacing it with healthy things, and that's if like actual therapy is not an option. And I understand for some of us it might not be, but and then if you're willing to, therapy is great too. I know I'm making this video super long right now, but you could have stopped listening to me when the song was over. I just wanted to make sure I gave y'all like a message of positivity, because I feel worried about this situation. I hope he's doing okay, because I know there's so many people. There's 12.7 million people subscribed to him, and that's not all that follows him. There's a lot of people that probably aren't subscribed that are fans, that are diehard fans, and he has influence over a lot of people. So if there's anyone that's young and going through stuff, or not even young, any age, and following him, just remember that, this is what he knows, and that's why he's kind of defaulting back to it. But there are healthier ways to deal with this type of situation. So, man, if you need help, let me know. I know it's tough. I'll do my best. It's hard for me. But if I see someone that messages something about being, in a tough situation, I always try to make sure I respond or interact with that person. So, anyways, sorry for the rant at the end. But yeah, it was a good song. Parasites, I think the message was good. We understand what he's saying. There's a lot of people around that just want to use him or for who he is and his fame and his power and his money. So I appreciate that. If you're still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time.